Imagine a world without new Stephen King books. A chilling thought, right? For decades, King has been a constant source of thrilling tales, a reliable voice in the world of horror and suspense. But the master of the macabre himself recently hinted that the end of that era might be closer than we think. In a recent interview with USA Today, Stephen King revealed that he only has 2 more books firmly on his to-do list, leaving his future as a writer hanging in the balance. One of these projects is highly anticipated, the long-awaited 3rd installment in the Talisman series, a collaboration with the late Peter Straub. King confirmed earlier this year that he was actively working on the Talisman 3, aiming to bring closure to this epic fantasy saga. The other project will see the return of Holly Gibney, a character King has explored in depth across multiple novels, including Mr. Mercedes, Finders Keepers, End of Watch, The Outsider, If It Bleeds, Holly, and Never Flinch. Holly has become a fan favorite, and her continued adventures are sure to be welcomed by King's legions of readers. But here's where it gets controversial. King's uncertainty isn't due to a lack of ideas, but rather his age. At 76 years young, he's understandably contemplating his future. He told USA Today, "I'm trying to clear my desk as much as I can. At my age, you're off the warranty. You can't take anything for granted." He's considering slowing down while he's still in good health. You can't guarantee anything once you get past the age of 75, 76, so you've got to be a little bit careful. Anything can happen to anybody. I got hit by a car while I was in my prime, so to speak. I might have another 10, 15 years, but you can't count on it, that's all. This honest reflection on mortality adds a poignant layer to the news. And this is the part most people miss. King isn't just thinking about its health. He's also concerned about the quality of his work. He wants to avoid becoming repetitive or predictable. He's aiming to button up the Talisman and Dark Tower universes, offering a sense of completion to longtime fans, and is preparing to dive into the next Holly Gibney novel this winter. While he insists he's not retiring, emphasizing that he's still a busy guy, he's keenly aware of the need to maintain a sense of freshness and surprise in his writing. "I'd like to stop before I start to drivel, repeat myself. I feel like I've still got a little more space to explore, but I have to watch out and not become a bore. I hate that idea of being a boring person. I'd like to still surprise people a little bit." This desire to end on a high note is something many artists grapple with, and it speaks volumes about King's dedication to his craft. So, how has King managed to stay so prolific for so long? His secret is surprisingly simple. He enjoys it. The thing is, I try to entertain myself. I sit down at 5:45 in the morning before anybody's up, and before my wife's having her first cup of coffee and she's in another part of the house. I really enjoy those 3 or 4 hours where I can play in a kind of a fantasy world. It's kind of nice. This personal, almost playful approach to writing is perhaps the key to his enduring success. Now here's the question that's likely on everyone's mind. Will Stephen King really step back after the Talisman 3 and another Holly Gibney novel? Or will the allure of storytelling prove too strong to resist? Some might argue that King, with his boundless imagination, will never truly retire. Others might suggest that taking a break is a wise decision, allowing him to recharge and return with even more compelling stories in the future. If he chooses to return, what do you think? Will we see more from the master of horror? Or is this truly the beginning of the end? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below.